Welcome to WeLearn. This is session 7 of knowledge management. Today we are going to cover different topics like knowledge management synergy, then we will discuss knowledge management organizational context. After that we will cover different usage of knowledge in different walk of life, like in the form of wheel of knowledge, impact of knowledge, abstract relationship we are going to cover, different types of knowledge we are going to cover, matches and mismatches, that will be the part of today's session, how the decision execution cycle take place, and accordingly complex adaptive system we are going to cover in today's session. Three tier framework that we use in the knowledge management, that will be the part of today's session. Application areas, tools that are used for the interaction with knowledge model will be the part of today's session. So basically today's session will be in two parts, right? So in this way we will cover the other 8-step process of knowledge harvesting, right? Knowledge audit will be the part of today's session. So let us start the first topic of today's session, that is knowledge management. Let's take a brief journey of the things that covers the knowledge management. So basically knowledge management may be viewed in terms of people, process, technology and culture, structure. All these are the crucial parts of the knowledge management, which helps in accessing the knowledge aptitude basically. So this is the first part of knowledge management in today's session. So when we talk about the people, what do you think, in your view, what is knowledge management in terms of people? So when we talk about the people, it means that how do you increase the ability of an individual in the organization to influence others with their knowledge. If you want to influence the other people, then we can increase the ability of an individual by providing them some specific knowledge, so that it will influence the other people and other people will get motivated to acquire the knowledge. Next dimension of knowledge management covers the process part. When we talk about the process, it means it's an approach which varies from organization to organization, and there is no limit on the number of processes, right? So process varies from organization to organization. You cannot apply one kind of process of one organization into another organization, because another organization may differ from the previous organization in terms of its process. Suppose we are considering the example of two companies, Dairy Milk and Kit Kat company. Both these companies are concerned with the making of the chocolate, but still they are different in terms of their process, in terms of their procedure. So you cannot say that the same procedure can be applied to both the organization, Dairy Milk or Kit Kat. So they are different in terms of their processes. Technology, yes, it is another dimension which helps in viewing the knowledge management. So technology, it basically needs to be chosen only after all the requirement of a knowledge management initiatives have been established. क्या requirement है हमारे knowledge management की? When it is being established, when it is being decided by the top managers, then only we can go for the choice of technology, right? And these 4-5 dimensions are interrelated with each other when we talk about the knowledge management strategy. A knowledge management strategy is, it's all about the institutional strategy, because there is a kind of synergetic effect that produce from different dimensions of the knowledge management, like people, culture, process and enabling technologies. They all are related with each other. What were these 4 dimensions? People, culture, process and technologies. They basically work with to link with each other, and they are the part of strategy which is being used for the implementation of the knowledge management, right? So knowledge management basically it produces a synergetic effect, means that sum total of all the energy is more than that of the individual energy. और वो कौन सी एनर्जी की हम बात करें जिसका टोटल सम इंडिविजुअल एनर्जी से ज्यादा निकल के आता है? These three dimensions are people, technology and process. Yes, because these three kinds of energy level they overlap with each other and then they produces a synergetic effect, right? When we talk about the culture, which is the another important dimension of knowledge management, the biggest enabler of successful knowledge driven organization is the establishment of a knowledge focused culture. We must develop such a culture inside the organization so that people should focus onto the culture with respect to the knowledge, right? Another important part of knowledge management is the structure. Yes, the business process and the organization structure that facilitates the knowledge sharing. If there will be proper structuring inside the organizational structure, then the sharing of information will be proper, there will be proper flow of energy, right? So this is important part of knowledge management, that focus onto the structure part, so that flow of information, sharing of information can be possible. Another important enabler is technology, which focus onto the solution. So technology helps to build up, it plays a very crucial role in the implementation of the knowledge management, right? So organization and people, they form a collective unit because they ultimately utilize the knowledge management. But knowledge needs to be developed first. Not only developed, it should be secured also. Not only secured, it should be distributed among the different parts of the same organization. And if some corrective action is to be taken place, then it should be carried out. So knowledge, it should be developed with respect to the organizational requirements. It should be secure, it should be distributed, and it should continue to be carried out. And for the implementation of the knowledge, not only the people and the organization should work as a collective unit, rather we have to bind all other dimensions of the organization also, like IT, information technology. We have to focus on to the management. We have to develop culture to focus on to the knowledge management. We should motivate the people of the organization to use the knowledge base. Sometimes knowledge base is there, knowledge is managed inside the organization, but still people are not using it, not sharing it. They are not exchanging their data with each other. So in terms of implementation, all these four dimensions, that is organization and people, information technology, management, culture and motivation, they should exchange their data, information with each other for the smooth functioning of the organization. And in this case, our knowledge base plays a very important role, right? Now, basically it happens with the human being that most of the things depend upon the aptitude of the person. So accessing your knowledge aptitude can be done with the help of these dimensions. If you want to access the knowledge aptitude of your organization, so you should measure it in terms of structure, in terms of culture, in terms of process, in terms of current knowledge management practices that you are going to use. Another important parameter for accessing the knowledge aptitude is team structure, their advancement, communications level, and another important dimension is innovation, technology. They all are the important parameter which helps you to judge the knowledge aptitude of any company, of any person, of any organization. Because if all these parameters are satisfied, that knowledge aptitude level will be very high, because in terms of organizational context, knowledge management is all about the overlapping of three important parameters, three important dimensions rather. P for process, P for people, and T for technology. Yes, P square T, process, people, technology. They all comes under a single unit. They overlap with each other at some point of time in the knowledge management organizational context. Right? Now let us discuss about the types of organizational knowledge. When we talk about the types of organizational knowledge and their domains, then there are different types of knowledge in the organizational memory, and these organizational memory need to be checked by means of audit tools. Another important is organizational routines, procedures, process. जो भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के रूटीन वर्क है, प्रोसीजर्स फॉलो किए जाते हैं, प्रोसेसेस अप्लाई किए जाते हैं, वी नीड टू अप्लाई अ के ऑडिट ऑन दैट प्रोसीजर, दैट प्रोसेस एंड दैट रूटीन वर्क, so that quality certification can be applied, benchmarking can be done, balanced scorecard can be generated, right? Another is organizational values, belief, communication. They all comes under the organizational knowledge. And other domain that focus on this part, organizational values and belief, are action science, evaluative inquiry, narrative, etc. So in this way we can manage the different domains of the same organization. The organization domain focus on to the like procedures, different roles of the capital amount, like organizational context, organizational knowledge, organization intra and interrelationship, and external environment. They all comes under this category to manage the knowledge base of any, or knowledge, to manage the knowledge of any company. When we talk about the knowledge management strategy, strategy means what? That there is no one size fits all or ready to use prescription for knowledge management. नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट को इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए कोई पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रैटेजी हो ही नहीं सकती है. कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि आप एक स्ट्रैटेजी बनाएंगे और सारी चीजें उसमें फिट होती चली जाएंगी. ना हम नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट इस टाइप से बिल्डअप कर सकते हैं कि रेडी टू यूज है, पहले से किसी ने यूज किया हुआ है या ऑलरेडी हमने बिल्डअप करके रखा है, एंड एनीबडी कैन कम एंड यूज द नॉलेज बेस. नो, इट कैन नॉट बी डन. सो नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट प्रैक्टिसेस शुड बी क्लोजली लिंक्ड टू आवर ओन असेट्स. If you are going to build up any strategy with respect to the knowledge base, then you have to closely focus on to the assets, needs, mission, goal, and taking into account our own values and way of working. All these collectively give rise to the knowledge management strategies. These elements must be the starting point for any knowledge management strategy. If you have built any strategy of a company, but that strategy does not include the mission, goal, values and ways of working of that organization, then it is totally useless, right? So knowledge management strategy, basically while developing this strategy you must answer three questions first. Where are we now? What are we doing right now? And where do we want to do? और वेयर डू वी वॉन्ट टू बी, हम है कहाँ पर और जाना कहाँ पर चाहते हैं, एंड हाउ डू वी गेट दी देयर. और अगर आप जाना चाहते हैं, एक पर्टिकुलर लेवल तक पहुंचना चाहते हैं, तो हाउ डू वी गेट इट. इफ यू आर एबल टू आंसर दीज थ्री क्वेश्चंस, देन डेफिनेटली यू विल बी एबल टू बिल्ड अप द नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट स्ट्रैटेजी, बिकॉज द स्ट्रैटेजी बेसिकली रिवॉल्व्स अराउंड दीज थ्री क्वेश्चंस ओनली, राइट? Now another question that will be cropping up in your mind is that why KM strategy is required. जरूरत क्या है नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट स्ट्रैटेजी को बिल्डअप करने की? यस, सो द आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन इज दैट द राइट टेक्नोलॉजिकल टूल्स कैन इंडीड हेल्प अस to organize, store and access our explicit knowledge, as well as helping to connect people and further their abilities to share their tacit or unspoken knowledge. वो knowledge जो हम दूसरों के साथ share कर सकते हैं. So by building the knowledge management strategies and by using the technological tools, we are able to connect with the people so that the things can be shared, because nowadays the scenario of the organization is totally changed. Now we not only focus on to the storage of the data, rather we focus on to the sharing of the data. Another important aspect of knowledge, of building any knowledge management strategy, is that a successful knowledge management strategy basically requires a change in an organization's culture, that we were talking in the previous slides, and behavior. If you want to change the organization's culture as well as behavior, then for that purpose you need to implement a knowledge management strategy, because this change would be recognized to bring about, to be bring in centrally of the knowledge and how the organization must improve. It means for creating and capturing and sharing and using it. So knowledge management strategy is basically required for the creation of the knowledge base, for the capturing of the information for inside the knowledge base, sharing of the knowledge and using it, so that the whole knowledge base can be utilized at the central heart of the organization, right? So knowledge management strategy, it focus on to the logs, flows, processes, and three important dimensions that we have already covered, that people, process, technology, that is P square T. They plays an important role because there is an exchange of information. Which kind of information? About their behavior, about their skills, about their culture, about their organizational needs. So these three dimensions basically share their data with respect to organization. Now, knowledge management tools and techniques. Selection, जब आप knowledge base बनाते हैं या knowledge को manage करते हैं, then we have to use some tools and technique. Then what could be the selection criteria of choosing that particular tools and technique, that we are going to cover further. After action review, in short it is called as a AAR. After action review, it means AAR. It is basically a tool that is now widely used by many organizations to capture lessons learned both during and after an activity or project. कोई एक्टिविटी या प्रोजेक्ट शुरू होने से पहले और उसके खत्म होने के बाद आपने क्या लेसन कैप्चर किया, व्हाट यू हैव लर्न फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर वर्क, बेसिकली दैट data is basically captured and stored inside the AAR, that is after action review. Another important tool or technique for selection criteria of knowledge base is communities of practice. It is basically widely regarded as the killer knowledge management application. That is, the communities of practice link people together to develop and share knowledge around specific themes. Knowledge audits. Another criteria of selecting knowledge is knowledge audit. A system knowledge audit is what basically? It's a systematic process to identify an organization's knowledge needs. एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की नॉलेज नीड्स है क्या, उसको चेकआउट करने का एक प्रोसेस है, दैट is basically called as a knowledge audit, in which we check the resources, the flows and the flow of resources also, as a basis for understanding that where and how better knowledge management can add value. It is also called as a knowledge inventories. Another important criteria is exit interviews. Basically, this is a tool that is used to capture the knowledge of departing employees. वो और एम्प्लॉयज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन छोड़ के जा रहे होते हैं, उनकी नॉलेज को कैप्चर करके हम एक एग्जिट इंटरव्यू के फॉर्म में स्टोर करके रख सकते हैं, सो दैट इन नियर फ्यूचर दैट नॉलेज कैन बी यूज्ड because that was given by some departing employees or the employee who is leaving the organization. Another is best practices. Yes, it is a wonderful approach. These approaches capturing the best practices that were discovered in one part of the organization, and if एक organization के किसी particular part पे कुछ अच्छा काम किया गया है, कुछ अच्छी practices को use करके, so that data can be shared among different parts of the same organization, so that benefit can be captured or can be drawn. So whatever good was discovered in one part of the organization, that can be shared across different part of the organization for the fully utilization of that knowledge. Knowledge center, yes, connecting people. Knowledge center means connecting people with each other as well as with information in terms of documents and databases. We can create such a databases, such a documents that can link one person with that of the another person. Another important term that is basically used during this part is knowledge harvesting. What is knowledge harvesting? It is a tool that is used to capture the knowledge of experts and making it available to others. किसी एक पर्टिकुलर पर्सन की इम्पॉर्टेंट कुछ नॉलेज पार्ट था जिसको आपने कैप्चर किया, उस एक्सपर्ट्स के नॉलेज पार्ट को, और उसको दूसरों को अवेलेबल करा दिया. दिस प्रोसेस इज बेसिकली कॉल्ड एज अ knowledge harvesting, right? Peer assists. It is a kind of tool to learn from the experience of other, specifically within an organization. जब हम किसी और के एक्सपीरियंस से कुछ लर्न करते हैं, that provides you a peer assistance. That is the important part of knowledge management. Social network analysis. Yes, it involves the mapping relationship between people, groups and organization to understand that how these relationship either facilitates knowledge flow, right? Storytelling. Yes, this is another important method of distributing or sharing the knowledge. That is, during ancient time, it was an ancient art of storytelling to share the knowledge in a more meaningful and interesting way, right? White pages. This is an online resource that allows the people to find colleagues with specific knowledge and expertise, right? So in this way you will be able to find the tools and techniques that are required, that must be selected for the knowledge management, right? Now let us discuss one query with you, that why conduct a knowledge audit? What is the need of conducting a knowledge audit? So knowledge audit can help you identify a number of things, including information scarcity, lack of awareness of information elsewhere in the organization, inability to keep abreast of relevant information, and continual reinvention of the wheel, quality and quantity of in-house knowledge and information, common use of out-of-date information, not knowing where to go for expertise in a specific area. If this is happening in any organization, then in that situation we need to conduct a knowledge audit, because out-of-date information को use करने का कोई advantage नहीं है. If you are not updated, you are out of the market. Focus onto the quality rather than onto the quantity. Why to reinvent the wheel again and again if you can reuse the previous one by making some modification in the available one, right? So lack of awareness, scarcity of information, they all are the areas by which, due to which basically we have to conduct a knowledge audit, so that this shortcoming, these limitations can be overcome, right? With this we are going to finish this session, but before ending you have to answer two questions. First one is that why it is required to conduct a knowledge audit. This was the first question. And the second one is what is knowledge management strategy and why we have to develop this strategy. For these two questions you have to write the 10 points for the same, right? I hope you will be able to understand today's session. Thank you.